We are Movie Menu Reviews. The first day of the rest of your Battle Angel life. On today's menu, we will be reviewing Isn't It Romantic? Happy Death Day to You, and Alita Battle Angel.
You forgot everything.
Alita Battle Angel. Welcome, ladies and gents. I'm Dan the Man Muñoz, host of Movie Menu Reviews, your weekly movie news and reviews podcast, live, as you can tell, as I screw up all the time.
Yay.
On Facebook Live.
Facebook Live.
Thank you so much if you're watching us live. If you're listening to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud, thank you so much for listening as well.
Yeah.
I would like to introduce our guests today, which we don't have one, but we're kind of our guests.
We are our own guests.
So I'll introduce our first guest, which is senior panelist and co-host Z.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Please let us know if the audio is working or not.
Yes, please let us know.
Most importantly, please let us know.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not most importantly is my co-host Mike Stan.
Bye.
Sometimes we wonder why he's here anyway.
Well, if the audio is not working, it's because of Mike.
Which is very true. I can attest to that.
Don't worry, I have a vacuum.
Yes, the vacuum is handling.
Which is apparently very.
Off screen, it's holding up sound foam.
He went to how many years of school for that?
For a sound foam?
For sound editing.
Not long enough. Let's just say that.
And you found out that all you need is a vacuum.
That's all you need.
Yes.
Is a vacuum. That's the
That's your new Beatles.
The final is just one question.
You know who else needs a vacuum? Elsa in the new Frozen 2 trailer, because there's so many damn leaves everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's go ahead and talk about Frozen 2 trailer that just came out this past week. Also, we should say a happy belated Valentine's Day to everyone out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy Valentine's
everyone,
Day.
Or a happy Single Awareness Day. It depends on how you celebrate.
Yeah. Single awareness sounds like a problem.
It's like a little bit of a disease.
Yeah.
They have like a group for it.
Yeah, people actually. I mean, no, that's fair. Don't sigh
Come
heavily.
on, am I the only one? You can't just tack on awareness to. I don't know. Single awareness. That sounds like you got a problem.
This sounds.
You don't. Being single is not a problem.
Mike, stop judging.
Yeah,
and judge the trailer that we just watched.
Yeah, let's
Frozen 2.
We're not a society commentary podcast. We are.
Hey, if you're bringing up single awareness, I gotta say something.
All right, fine. Let's move on to the.
I'm sorry.
So also single aware is Elsa in this. Okay. Who is back with Anna and the rest of the characters. We see that there was no dialogue in this trailer. It was mostly music, and there was action pieces of Elsa running into the ocean,
right?
Trying to go ahead and go into her next mission of some sort with her sister and with Olaf and the rest. So what did you guys think about this teaser trailer for Frozen 2 that had no dialogue, just music?
I've got a very crazy theory.
What's your theory?
I think that Disney is finally going to try uniting some of their properties together.
Interesting.
Well, they're going to start creating their own like Avengers light. I mean, obviously it's Disney, so I don't know if you know about the fan theories. The fan theory is that
this is not a Pixar film. But go on.
No, but this is part of the Pixar. No, I'm sorry, but this is part of the Disney.
It is part of Disney.
Yeah, the whole
Disney brand.
That the parents of Elsa and what was her the other.
Anna and Elsa.
Yeah, Anna and Elsa. Their parents perished, and they found they landed somewhere and had another child, a third child. That child being Tarzan, and the parents. The picture in Frozen is the same picture. The parents are the same ones from Tarzan. So I'm thinking they're trying to unite a little bit.
There's also like people are speculating that the Little Mermaid is involved in there somewhere too, because the ship sinks and
the ship in Little Mermaid. No, in Little Mermaid, it's the same ship that Elsa's parents went off.
That's like a theory that's going around, but we're not here to talk about the theories. We're here to talk about the trailer.
Sure, okay,
it's interesting.
Yeah.
So the trailer itself, I thought actually. So Frozen is the first movie. I think was very family-friendly fun. This one seems a little bit more darker, a little bit more adventure, action-based.
Yeah.
Even Anna herself, when the very last scene, you see Anna grab the sword and like slash away.
Yeah, it's
Which I have expected to like have the camera pan over and it's Thanos.
that would be fun.
The next franchise.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's more action focused. It looks like it's. I mean, but again,
And they didn't have Let It Go.
They didn't have any music.
Well, they had the
new
score.
music. Yeah.
But they didn't have like singing music.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? After I felt that they did Olaf's Adventure, or that short film that they did,
Yeah, good point.
that they got a big backlash after
They
Coco
did.
came out.
Yep.
I feel like they were really want to make sure they separate themselves from that adventure and probably
Yeah.
win them back by having an off adventure in this film.
Well, and that's fair. And listen, even Wreck-It Ralph took a shot at them. Like, you know, like I think that they need to be able. They need to justify. This is the thing about Disney. Disney never, from what I recall, never really did sequels that were big box office films. Like, right, they always did direct to
minus
DVD.
Toy Story, but that's more Pixar.
Yeah,
than
that's
actual
Pixar, and they have enough story to work with. But this is I think the first time I've seen from. And please, someone in the audience, tell me whether I'm wrong or not. Heather, if you're in the audience, please tell me. She's our Disney expert, but I believe that this is the first time they've done a sequel that's going to go to theaters. So they really need to try to amp it up.
Wreck-It Ralph was a Disney film.
Well, was it though? But yes, okay, fine. But that was like kind of like a mild franchise film. Like, you know, this seems like it's going to be like something that and even then they remarketed it as something differently. So I'm just saying, like, they need to really sell this one.
It seems.
Also, don't forget about. Well, no, man, that's Pixar.
It definitely seems bigger
Yeah.
than the first
Yeah,
one. It
yeah,
seems
yeah.
like a more epic, action-packed film.
Yeah.
And now they have like these leaves everywhere that suggests like autumn or fall.
Fall
where,
is coming.
Like, Elsa, it's like fall is coming. That's good. Like Elsa
Thank
is,
you.
winter, and
So
then we
you're-
have autumn. So I wonder if they're gonna do something with the seasons.
So you're saying they're combining it with Game of Thrones?
They're all
that's the next franchise.
they're all coming together, and it's like it's everything. And even at that, like I remember seeing on the internet like something with Frozone kind of showing Elsa how it's done. And yeah, you're right. Like it's like, I'm enjoying that they're showing her try to practice how to better use, or not better, but just amplify her powers a little more. I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
But I also think that they're going to try uniting this whole series. That's my theory.
Sure.
It comes out in November, so let's hope it does well.
Yeah, maybe we have some
That's
dialogue.
good.
Yeah, next time we have some dialogue.
Yeah. All right. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the Oscars are coming out February 24th, which is this coming Sunday.
Yeah.
Very soon, and they caused some controversy.
They've been causing controversy since
last
like
week.
day one with this one.
Yeah. Well, they wanted to go ahead and have 4 categories that we usually are televised to be shown only be done during commercial break, meaning that the people who are watching at home are not going to see who wins live on the telecast. Because
And those categories, remember what those categories were?
Yeah, there's cinematography, film editing, makeup and costumes, and life short.
Right.
So those 4 categories, that the president of the Academy said that we're not going to televise those 4 categories, so the show is much smaller or shorter.
Yeah, and there's a reason to that, right? There's a perfectly good justifiable reason why the Academy wants to do that. Hold on.
Right.
They want to justify just simply having more butts on seats. Like they're also obsessed with
Ratings.
Exactly. And let's face it, the Oscars are 2.5 to 3 hours long, usually running.
They're
upwards.
never 2.5 hours. So
Exactly,
go on.
usually running at 3 hours. And we've cut out audio.
Yes, we did cut out audio.
All right, so pause here.
Yay.
Okay.
Oh, we got a comment.
Well, if they can hear us, let us know.
William O. Tyler says The Rescuers, Fantasia, Winnie the Pooh, and Wreck-It Ralph are all Disney proper movies with theater release sequels.
Oh, okay. Well, then there we go. Okay. So, but back to the discussion about them justifying. They're trying to justify simply like to get people to watch the Oscars. That's it. So then, of course, your argument is like, well, are they? And then, yeah, what did the?
So a lot of people in the film industry, specifically more towards cinematographers and film editors, also makeup artists and costume designers, wrote this open letter to the Academy, stating how frustrated they were because they were hoping that the Academy itself is too focused on ratings, and itself is a prestigious award. They need to focus on. It's like the biggest night in film history. So for them not to honor those 4 categories, they're saying that these categories really don't matter.
That is
the rest
what
of
they're
the
saying.
the rest of the categories are there. That they really want to focus on, who are the actors, directors, and best pictures. Which, yes, people do focus on that, and they do want to see those specifically. But that doesn't mean to take away those other people who worked so hard. We can't do film without cinematography. We can't do film without editing.
Well, and I think the portion in which like the Academy misstep was like there was no real other way of them publishing. Like, yeah, you can write an article, yeah, you can post it on the website, but they didn't really offer another solution. They just said, we're just going to put them off. You're not going to see them on screen. And I think that's another huge issue right there, is that they're just being unseen and unheard, which is a huge problem for these people, these categories, because they already feel unseen and unheard.
Right. So this is part of the letter. Since its inception, the Academy Awards telecast has been altered over time to keep the format fresh, but never by sacrificing the integrity of the Academy's original mission. When the recognition of those responsible for the creation of outstanding cinema is being diminished by the very institution whose purpose it is to protect it, then we are no longer upholding the spirit of the Academy's promise to celebrate film as a collaborative art form. So that's, I feel like, it sums up in a nutshell. That basically by doing this, they're not protecting what film is all meant to do. You can't do films without these categories. Maybe Life Short is okay, but even still, it's been in there. I do not understand why ratings itself is such a big thing, because everyone in the industry is watching it, and those are the people who you want to celebrate. Anyone who's in the film industry is going to be watching Oscars next.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's not going to be open to the public, and it's not going to do huge ratings, I feel like ratings itself should be bonus. There's no people who are film fans who want to watch it are going to watch it. But everyone in the industry, I feel like they should be honored that night because they worked hard on that film.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what do you guys think?
I kind of feel like, all right, so one, it sucks because, let's face it, the Oscars or the Academy at this point has been bundling up this year really badly. They have no host currently.
Well, that, and they wanted to do the popular category, and then they went back on that because of backlash.
Yeah. And so I kind of feel like they're in a place right now where the leadership's just not really focusing, and clearly the president's probably not going to be coming back for this one for next year. But with that being said, I kind of feel like they should have offered a much better solution as to where to publish these categories without taking them completely off. So with that being said, I just kind of feel like I'm glad that the people stepped up. Do I feel like people would have noticed, like the regular common day people? No, I don't think so. So
but as Dan had mentioned,
I agree.
It's not for them.
I agree. Yeah,
So and everyone should be appreciated for the work they've done.
Well, I agree with that.
All right, so let's go ahead. By saying that, I should also add that the Oscars themselves went ahead and retract what they did because of the outcry. Now they will be televised. So they see their mistake, and now they're trying to fix it. Yeah. But is it too little, too late? I guess we'll find out Sunday.
Just like our audio.
just
too
like
little,
our audio.
too late.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next review. Or not next review, the actual first review. Yeah. Well, not the first review, the first promotion, I should say.
So confused.
Which will be hand over to Mike.
Movie menu.
All right, Mike, take it away.
Sure.
Or not. I mean, we don't. Yeah.
So just to step out for a moment, just making sure you guys are hearing us fine. Is our audio good?
Yeah. Let us know, please, if the audio keeps cutting off on your headphones, but that doesn't mean that we're losing any audio itself. So please let us know.
Yeah, we just want to be sure. Be sure we're not speaking and nothing's coming out. So but I wanted to talk about the movie The Wandering Earth. So it was an epic sci-fi film that's as of right now it's made domestically it's made less than $2 million. Worldwide it's made $500 million, which is pretty amazing. It was released on Chinese New Year's, so it's definitely a patriotic movie for Chinese moviegoers. And I just wanted to mention it because of its cultural significance of just how it's destroying in the box office. So.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I was asking you prior to recording here whether or not this movie is making money overseas. I mean, we usually consider domestic box office being, the U.S., but it in this case we would want to know how's it doing in China, and then how's it doing overseas, which is with us in the U.S., in Australia, and I only have numbers here for other locations here. But it does look to be that most of the money is coming from China, which is great. I think that's fantastic. But also, part of its cultural significance is whether or not it has any impact worldwide. Clearly, the U.S. has impact in China all the time. But is this a movie that would connect with the U.S. audiences?
I think it's yes. I think it will. I mean, I think it's basically. I hate to just reference it to other films, but it's. I would say it's like a combination of. It has the same camp as like Armageddon and Independence Day. If you were to combine the two and take away the aliens, and you got The Wandering Earth. So.
Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to rush out to go watch it, but do you feel
But it's showing it at theaters here, at least here in LA, and hopefully it's showing at theaters near you.
It is.
Would you recommend to go watch it, Mike, as you saw it?
I'd recommend to go watch it. It's a big film.
It's a big subtitled.
It is subtitled. It's a big popcorn blockbuster film. I'd recommend checking it out if you don't mind reading subtitles, which I don't.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the first mini review.
Yay!
Movie menu.
So far, I feel like the audio's working. All right. So, Dan, what movie are we reviewing first?
The first movie we're reviewing is a mini review by me.
Yay!
Oh boy.
Isn't It Romantic? Directed by Todd Strauss-Schulson, written by Erwin Cardillo and Dana Fox and Katie Silberman. Here's the plot. A young woman disenchanted with love mysteriously finds herself trapped inside a romantic comedy that's rated PG-13.
Uh-huh.
It stars Rebel Wilson, Liam Hemsworth, and Adam Devine. All right, guys. So I have seen this film, so I will do a mini review.
Yes. So you have to convince both Mike and I to go watch this movie.
This movie's worth a dine-in, watch it in theaters, take out, wait and watch it at home, or leftovers. Instead of going to a rom-com, go to a horror film and die.
Yes.
A horrible death.
Okay.
Which we will talk about later.
Yes. That's next.
So I actually say go watch it in theaters.
So this is dine-in for you?
This is a dine-in.
Okay.
Z, this is totally up your alley.
That's not saying much. Okay.
You're the rom-com. I can't even say
rom-com
queen.
Thank you very much. The
try
crown is
saying
mine.
Try saying that 3 times, please, or 5 times.
I can do it.
Shut up. So this film is very. So it uses all the tropes that you see in a romantic comedy, and it turns it on its head, and it makes fun of itself and other rom-com comedies, or rom-coms, I should say.
Yeah.
And I feel like Rebel Wilson, who has done Pitch Perfect with Adam Devine, are really, really fun in the film together. They have great chemistry. Obviously, they worked together in the past, and they work well together in this film. Liam Hemsworth, I don't want to punch him in the face, so that's a good thing.
You don't want to punch him in the
No.
face? I always want to punch him in the face, though.
And this one you won't want to.
Oh, okay.
So basically what happens, as you see in the trailers, Rebel Wilson, she hits her head, she wakes up in this alternate universe where everything is like a romantic comedy in New York. And all these funny stuff happens where and it's every single thing, like almost every rom-com happens
like
that you can think of. Like, yes,
is there like a Sleepless in Seattle moment in there? Not really.
No, actually, I guess not.
Is it like later, like in the 90s? I guess.
Well, okay, so there's like influence from My Best Friend Wedding. I guess I wish you would say, because you know more rom-coms than I do.
It's basically a My Best Friend's Wedding riff-up. No,
basically, there's some musical numbers in there.
You've got Mail. I mean, literally the list is endless, Dan.
Yeah, it's all that.
Okay.
And a bag of chips.
It's all that. It was also rom-com. Thank you.
She's all that.
She's all that. Yeah, there you go.
But that's a teen rom-com.
It's a different subcategory entirely. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
So, it's a fun film, and I enjoyed it, and it's fun. I would recommend to go check it out.
Okay.
So,
I'll put it on my list.
As you should.
Yes.
So let's go to the first official.
Well, we didn't give you
I don't
a
care.
judgment. Yeah, Mike, did he sell you on this movie?
I mean, not really, but it's a small little it's a small little review. Either you're gonna go watch it or you're not.
I like how Dan's okay with. It's like, go see it. Shut up. All right, I'll go see it, Dan. I'll go see it because Dan told me
It's
to.
really it's funny.
But isn't that what we do anyways?
okay,
Usually
so it's
Dan
like-
tells us to go
so
watch a movie, we go watch it.
Yeah.
But okay, so it's like it's very meta as Deadpool. It's not Deadpool, obviously.
Okay.
But if Deadpool was in a
Rom-com. He wasn't a rom-com. It was called Deadpool 1.
It was actually. It was a Deadpool one. So it actually has tropes from that.
So you're saying, isn't it romantic is like Deadpool?
100%.
All right. Well,
Okay,
you
got it.
know
I'm
what?
totally
That's
kidding.
going to feed right into the next review. So let's go on to things that remind us of Deadpool.
All right, let's go ahead and head over. So this podcast is going so well.
So well.
The next movie we're going to review, which is a full review,
Yes.
will be Happy Death Day to You, directed by Christopher Landon, written by Christopher Landon and Scott Lobdell. Here's the plot. Tree discovers that dying over and over was surprisingly easier than the dangers that lie ahead. Starring Jessica Roth, Israel Brochard, and Fee Wu. All right, guys. I believe we all saw this film.
I did watch this movie, yes.
So, depending on your spoiler-free review, we shall decide if this movie is worth a dine and watch in the theaters, take out, wait and watch it at home, or leftovers, die over and over from the horror film that wasn't romantic, and just keep dying over and over and over and over again instead of watching this film. There is no guest, so there are no points this episode.
Yeah.
All right, guys, rate this film. Mike, you go first.
Sure, I would say it's a solid takeout, almost a dine-in.
Really?
Almost a dine-in.
Wow, this should be fun.
Almost.
Yeah.
It's a takeout for me though.
Yeah. Why do you say that?
I think so. There's one thing is that the Groundhog's Day effect of the film is explained,
It is.
and I think that's for me that's where some of the trouble starts.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I can't take away like the fun that's in this film.
Okay.
The film is really fun, but I think that the storyline gets so grand that the budget starts to show.
It's a sequel, but go on.
Yeah. No. I disagree with that.
Rate this film.
Yeah, I'm gonna rate this a solid dine-in.
Okay.
And I think we watched the last one, Happy Death Day, the first one. I had given it a very like a soft dine-in. I don't remember maybe even the takeout, but I feel like this one, they figured out what their
Niche?
what they wanted to do with it, and more importantly, and as we talked about previously, they applied the rules of Deadpool 2 and really doubled down on how crazy it could get. And because of that, I remember walking into watching this movie, not wanting to enjoy it. I literally crossed my arms and I was like, I'm not going to like this movie.
That's typical Z.
That's typical me, exactly, right? And I was at the movie theater like by myself, and I'm like, I'm really grumpy. And by halfway through it, I was like, okay, I'm really engaged in this. I'm really enjoying this.
You know what?
This is fantastic. Tell me more. I don't care that they're explaining to us like the sci-fi behind it because it's so stupid and so ridiculous that it's just fun. And that was the part. And then they double down on the Happy Death Day by returning back, and you're just kind of like, okay, you've now gone from telling us what happened originally to now redoing all of that, but doing it in a completely different, absurd way. And that's the fun of it, is that it just really kind of doubles down on how stupid it is.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Back to the Future 2 moment where it returns to Back to the Future.
Which it talks about.
Which it
does
reference.
It does reference.
Yes. Yeah.
Since you guys are finished, let me give my rating, please.
Well, we're waiting on you, Dan.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
You saw it.
Oh, I
I did
forgot.
see it.
You're here.
No, it's not me. It's someone else. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so, yeah.
I want to rate it a dine-in as well.
Okay.
So I had a chance of watching it. I wasn't supposed to watch this film, and I ended up watching it anyways.
And another movie.
And another movie.
You saw everything.
I know, but I also saw the first one right before I saw the second one.
Oh, that must have been more fun.
And
Then.
it works so well together.
It's good.
As a continuation of the first film, you see the nuances, and this film is. I felt like it is a shift in tone.
It is.
It's not as much as
It's
horror
the-
or as the first one was.
It's definitely
that
It's
was the-
more
but-
sci-fi than anything.
It is,
It is.
totally,
But
yeah.
which you gather a little bit from the trailer itself once they
Yeah.
introduce this machine.
Mhm.
But I really, it's like these characters were fun to be around.
Yeah.
That I enjoyed whatever zany adventures they went on in this film as well.
Yeah, and I think just to add on that, I think that's the problem with the original movie was that they doubled down a little too much on the horror, and it wasn't scary. I remember that part being of my review was that it didn't feel scary. You knew where things were going, and one of my biggest critiques was that they did not utilize the reoccurrence of death of them having that Groundhog Day effect. Whereas in this one, they really doubled down on it and gave you all of that ridiculousness that knowing that you can die and come back can give you. And I thought that's where it was really fun.
But what I also liked, and I don't know if maybe this is why you didn't like it so much, but I liked the fact that even though I saw the first one, and as soon as you see the second one, it's like, fuck you, first one.
Yep,
We're going to
yep.
change it completely. Like what you invested time in and watching stuff, I'm going to poop all over it and show you this new film.
It's exactly
And
it.
I thought that was hilarious because I just saw the first film thinking I was going to carry over, and it turns it on its head. Because what you think you're going to go into watching this film, it's totally, you takes a left turn.
Yeah, and I think the introduction of like Ryan Phan's character, like that one, like he was a side character in the first one, but they doubled down on this other side character, and they really introduced the story from his perspective at first. And I from seeing it first, I was like, okay, I'm really not liking this movie. So his character then takes the story, he's doing the reoccurrence, and then I was like, oh no, we're gonna go in this character. I don't know if I've invested enough into this character, but then it shifts it completely, as Dan was saying, and puts it back on Tree, and she's re-experiencing the same events that happened in Happy Death Day 1, but in a different universe. And that's where it really becomes zany and ridiculous and fun, because it's now playing on multiple tropes. It's now doing horror, it's now doing sci-fi, and it's also, but its baseline,
It's still comedy.
It's comedy. And I think that's the point, is that they found their footing in the same way that Deadpool did it. They found their footing as to how to make the humor work in a multi-genre.
I also like the fact that everyone came back for this one.
Yeah,
so
which is great.
It's so they were still able to reuse a lot or reshoot a lot of the same scenes they did in the first one, but add the little differences in each version, which is not easy to do. I think I talked about the first time that the first time when she's walking through the campus, that took like, you know, they only had like 2 days to film that,
Right.
and or something ridiculous, like a short amount of time. So for them to do it again in this one, I just thought that was amazing, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And the fact that we see it from Ryan's side as well was really cool.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing that I really enjoy, is that you get to see it from everyone's side, and you really do tend to enjoy
Or
all of it.
Maybe that's something that's fun, because like I love noticing background stuff, and like every time something changes, I'm just like, I don't know, it's fun for me.
Yeah,
It's like
no.
the slight, like you mentioned before about
With the Lego movie, and then Shaun of the Dead. I love that stuff.
But the other part that I really think that works for me in this one is that it does wear its references on its shoulders. That these are characters that are clearly nerds and dorks, and they don't shy away from. And I remember watching the first one, just being really annoyed that they mention Groundhog Day at the very end. Whereas in this one, they're making references as they're going along in this journey, and I'm enjoying all of it, because it's like, yeah, I noticed before you said it, but now that you said it, clearly that's what you're hinting at. And I know that could be obnoxious, but it was still really fun and enjoyable.
I also like the fact that they laid down these rules, or not laid down rules, I should say, but like in a world where there's looping going on, there's
in which looping is going on.
For something to be like, not that this needs to be believable or not, but they follow the rules of the first one, and then they break them in this one.
They do, yeah.
Which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
But go on, Mike. Why do you hate this film?
Why
do you hate life, Mike?
Why do you hate happiness, Mike?
Why do you like to ruin fun?
Why
Go
are
on.
you the way you are?
I think fun. I think fun is awful.
Fun
No,
is
I'm just
awful. No one should be having fun.
No, I think definitely the strengths in this film are its humor and and also it's heartfelt in the same way that the first one was, and I feel like the acting chops are shown there.
I thought so too.
And yeah, it was great, but for me, just the general tone of it is what took me away from it. Where the horror of the film is definitely taken out, and then they pushed it further for the humor. It was almost like Kevin Smith's humor sometimes.
Oh, I disagree with that entirely. It was definitely not Kevin Smith humor.
Wait, are you knocking that as a bad thing, or
I'm knocking it? I'm knocking the comparison as a bad thing.
I mean,
because I know you don't. You like Kevin Smith?
I do, but kind of like
it was definitely not stoner humor,
like Yoger Hoser's type humor, where it's like silly. It went too far for me in terms of tone, and I felt like it kind of and those parts of the film kind of lost me. So that's the main. Those are the main reasons why it was an almost a dine-in for me. But I enjoyed it.
But just to like add on, like Jessica Roth really did show quite a range in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the first movie, I don't feel like you got to really enjoy it. I remember. I think
the first one they don't cover some of this backstory. I mean, they just show.
They do. They mention a little bit, but
but they don't like go. Like this, something's mentioned, and they don't go into. In this film, they totally go over it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I felt like, and I really do recommend watching the first one and then watching.
Oh,
this
without
one
a doubt. Yeah, you cannot skip. You have to watch the first one
because it's really a seamless transition from one to the next.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine. Yeah, they did an amazing job. Like.
And even just to watch the how many looping it does from the first film and into the second film, that's a lot of loops going on, which just for which I have to give Christopher Landon credit where credit's due,
and that's the director.
That's the director, and able to plan out these shots very seamlessly from one film to the next, making and all the set dressers and everyone that went into the film making it, because it's perfect. Like every little inch that they recreated from the second film that was from the first film, it doesn't seem like it's new footage, which is nice.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
No, and I'd be really interested to see how much money it cost to make this movie because
it's a Blumhouse, so they're probably like $5 million.
Yeah,
so super not.
But it's like it's such an easy.
Well, it is a sequel, so they raised the budget a little bit.
They may have raised the budget. I'm actually looking it up now, but the point being, right? Yeah, so it can just as easily make its money back because it's just an easy enough thing to do. All you need to do is have a crew that's willing to do it. And, sorry, I was going to go into like a spoiler territory. But yes, I think that this movie has a lot of potential to do a whole lot more in the DVD and the Blu-ray area. This is not a movie that's going to be a hugely pursued movie, but I think people are going to reflect back and go, oh shit! I should have watched it in theaters.
It's like saying it's like a potential cult classic.
It's definitely a cult classic.
Yeah.
Yes,
I agree.
I can see that.
Yeah,
totally.
All right, so it's 2 against 1. So we say dine in, watch it in theaters. Go die, Mike.
Over and
over and over and over.
Yeah, just keep losing over and over and over again. All right, so let's go ahead and over to the next movie review.
All right.
Movie menu. So I'm going to toss the host of duties to you, or do you want me to read it first?
I will take care of this part. Yes, so the movie we're reviewing is Alita Battle Angel, directed by Robert Rodriguez, written by James Cameron, Laeta Kalogridis.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Robert Rodriguez, or Rodriguez. Did I get that right? No, I didn't. Based on the graphic novel by Yukito Kishiro, Gundam. All right, here's the plot. A deactivated female cyborg is revived but cannot remember anything of her past life and goes on a quest to find out who she is. I only have 3 people here, so please correct me if there's any more. Starring Jessica Roth, Israel Brozard.
No, that's Happy Death Day.
That's Happy Death Day.
Yeah. Dang it, I messed up.
Oh,
you're right. I completely did mess it up. My bad. Who's in this movie?
Salazar?
There is.
It's
yeah, I totally messed it up. So Happy Death Day.
It's Rose. It's Rose Salazar.
Yes.
Christoph Waltz.
Thank you. Yes.
Jennifer Connelly. Mahershala Ali.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll
So far, so good. Let's go with that. All right. So, again, I have not seen this movie, so depending on your spoiler for review, and I do really want a spoiler for review, please, I will decide this movie is worth a dine in and watch it in theaters, take out, watch this movie at home, or leftovers. deprogram yourself and never look back.
No, just replace every parts in your body with machines and then explode or something.
Okay. Yes. All right. So again, nobody's gonna earn points here, so this is just for funsies.
Yeah.
So
Is it for funsies? Really? This
no.
is fun?
It's definitely more about like bragging rights. Dan, go ahead and rate this film.
It's a dine-in.
Is it
all the way for me?
Why is it a dine-in for you?
I went in this film. Now, this film was pushed back a couple of times from its release date, and every time a film gets pushed back, it's not always, but usually there's something wrong with the film that needs to get fixed.
Yes.
And I feel like it was the best possible thing that they did to push this back because these special effects are incredible. It is. I saw this film in IMAX 3D. And I am so glad that I watched this in theaters with IMAX 3D because this film, the visual effects and the world building that they did is flawless. It is beautiful and amazing to watch.
Okay.
Now, the story itself, I enjoyed the story, but I know that it could leave some without imagination because it's very rushed. It's like it's not Avatar, or not, sorry, the Last Airbender type of rush type of film where that's horrible. But you can sense that they try to cram in like a season or half a season of.
Well, I was going to say Ghost in the Machine, right? Because it's more comparable to Ghost in the Machine than anything else.
But for me,
Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
But for me, like I really enjoyed these characters, and I liked following the adventure of Alita, and the action is awesome. Okay. One of the best action sequences I've seen.
Okay, Mike?
I agree with Dan. It's a dine-in. The special, the graphics.
Okay.
Yeah, the CGI and the action. And the action's more gory than I expected.
Yeah,
as well.
I didn't think, because, so when
it's PG-13.
I went to go watch the film. And
I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, and it's also Mike's turn, so...
Oh, sorry.
So what they did was they just turned blood from red to green. And I think, I'm wondering if, like in the same way...
human blood or like the robot blood?
Robot blood.
Robot blood.
So in the anime, like the
actually,
robot blood
there is a lot of blood in there.
So the anime blood... in the anime, the cyborg blood is red.
Oh, interesting.
And
okay.
and it's pretty gory. So in the film, the cyborg blood is like green, a greenish bluish color.
Yeah.
But you see it, and you see like it's like
there's like
it's like don't worry, they're robots.
Okay.
But which I appreciate. It's
it's pretty vicious.
It is. It's pretty awesome. Go
ahead,
sorry,
Dan.
Well, I kind of lost my train of thought.
Okay.
But, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so it's starring Rosa Salazar, Christopher Waltz, and Jennifer Connelly. I just wanted to go back over that. So because I forgot the actors' names, and Mahershala Ali as well. How was the acting? Well, okay. How was the acting? And is this a movie that has more flash than substance? That's really what I want to know.
It does. It does have more flash and substance.
Yes. The answer, yes.
Okay. So, like I had mentioned before, it seems like there's a lot of story crammed into this film, and I felt like this. I did sense that this film was a little too long. There was times when I was like, "Oh, what time is it?" Thinking about that, which is never a good thing. But it always won me back with its effects and action scenes. There is a love story in this film, and like most films that are crammed in a film, it does seem rushed as well. But I still enjoyed it, and it's left me wanting more from this world.
Okay, Mike, what about you?
Yeah, I agree. It definitely. Well, I agree.
Have you seen the original?
So I did see the.
Okay, you've been speaking like you've seen the original.
Yeah, so the original. It's funny because like you would think that if you think the film is rushed, like if you watch the original, it's like.
Well, this is based on a manga, so
yeah. So it shows too. It's interesting because a lot like the character names and how the story is. It seems like it's more tied in with the manga than with the anime. So it was like which was like a 2-part animated. It was basically 2 episodes, each episode being about half-hour long, and it's just the anime is just like rapid fire
rushes,
stuff.
right?
They're like They're like in love in like a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is also like James Cameron's dream project. He's been wanting to do this film for like years, like decades. I would even think about. And obviously Avatar has been taking up a lot of his time. So he like enlisted Robert Rodriguez to help him along because Robert Rodriguez also is very familiar with CGI and action scenes and whatnot, with doing Sin City, also doing like Shark
Spy
Boy
Kids.
and Lava Girl and Spy Kids. So I thought that their combination together, it was a very odd combination for myself when I went in to watch this. That's weird because I like Robert Rodriguez, but his films are hit or miss.
Yeah,
and then
I was gonna ask
and
next,
then James Cameron as a producer is also hit or miss.
Totally.
If he's not directing or whatnot, it's usually not the greatest thing. I'm looking at you, Terminator Genesis. So I went in not expecting much from this film, and I'm kind of glad I did because it kind of blew me away.
Okay, all right. Damn. All right. So.
Yeah.
Well,
I think my goal of every episode is to have Z say, "Damn."
Yeah.
Well, because I didn't like. Okay, not to like knock the fact that there was a lot of obviously press that was setting this movie up to being really good. I do have experience with James Cameron and not really liking Avatar, and with Robert Rodriguez, who also has given us some really garbagey things.
The last movie he did was Sin City, Dame to Kill For.
No. He did not direct that. I think it was his co-director.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it was Frank Miller who directed that.
So I think this film,
Green Inferno was his last one, I think.
No, Green Inferno was
Eli Roth.
Eli Roth. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Okay,
Yeah, so
I get those two confused.
Yeah. So Robert Rodriguez, he's the film's fun in the same way that some of Robert Rodriguez's films are like kind of like the camp fun that you get with it's
like Planet Terror.
Like Planet Terror was super fun. That was probably my favorite Robert Rodriguez film,
which was like a 15-minute short.
But it's super fun. But Alita: Battle Angel is definitely more serious. But I think the action sequences are very fun. So.
He did do Identical Force.
You're right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I did see that.
And Machete Kills, but go on.
Okay. Just for the special effects alone, it's worth.
It's worth the price of the ticket.
And it's just amazing what they did with the CGI of Alita mixed in with all the actors. It just
looks seamless.
But even like the bounty hunters, like the face guy. That looked incredible.
So face guy it's like a complete cyborg just with a face.
With a human face.
Okay,
but
that's weird.
It looks so believable. It looks like an actual.
So CGI is like so worth it.
It is.
Okay.
And
Did you watch it in 3D?
I did.
I was gonna ask in which format.
High five.
No, you get fired for that. Yeah.
And I have to say, like, I'm thankful I did. It was. I would definitely recommend watching this either in 3D or on a massive IMAX screen.
Yeah, I was planning on watching it in the Dolby Theater if possible.
3D recommended.
Well, I would not do that, but yes. Okay, so all right, I'm. Damn, is there anything else you guys want to say?
So, you want me to talk about the bad?
Yeah, let's talk. Oh, yeah, please talk about the bad. Sorry.
This is not a perfect film.
Yeah, because you said that it's rushed. So tell me about the bad.
But also, there's wasted opportunities.
Because this might be the reason why I go with Takeout. Go right ahead.
So for me, I felt like Jennifer Connelly and Mahershala Ali were kind of wasted in this film.
I heard they were playing up the camp with those two characters.
No, not so much. It's just they're not utilized enough. They're in the story, but you don't really get to see them as much as you would. But probably because the film's so rushed. But their parts are very rushed as well. It's like, yes, they're in the film, but and it's not that like they're doing a cameo because they are in it, but it's not significant. I did enjoy Christoph Waltz with Rosa Salazar. Their chemistry was great, but go on, Mike. I'll let you talk.
No,
more.
it's okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, yeah, I agree with Dan there between Christoph Waltz's character and.
Well, what about them being underutilized? Those two characters.
Oh yeah. So specifically, yes. I felt
Mahershala Ali and Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, and I think Jennifer Connelly the acting direction was strange in the beginning. Like it just seemed very like. It seemed like
it goes out of nowhere. Yeah,
it seemed like she was a cyborg, like in the beginning.
Okay,
it was just weird acting delivery.
Yeah. Do you feel like bad editing?
Possibly, maybe.
No, I feel like there was a character choice because of who she was.
It was just a strange, but later on, I think it kind of like she become.
But she has like an arc, but it's like it doesn't feel earned. I don't know.
Yeah. We can't say
Okay, without spoiling.
Yeah,
Sure,
it
sure.
would be a spoiler to explain it, but
Okay.
but it's just a strange setup for her character specifically. I think to even have that character in, we would have needed more time and more development.
Got it. Okay.
To make
What about
it worth
Mahershala
it.
Ali? He's the money man right now. So people were comparing his role to like I forgot the guy's name, but the that one, what was that one terrible Wachowski's movie? The one with the they had the dog that was like, or the bee person. You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the one with Tom Hanks?
No. This is the Wachowskis. So
not Speed Racer.
not Speed Racer, the one right afterwards where because that movie was also heavy
not called
CGI.
Atlas, is it?
No. It's like heavy CGI that was just absolutely really ridiculous. Where like they had like these big time characters just kind of ruining the whole movie. But anyway, so you're saying what about Mahershala Ali? Tell me about Mahershala Ali.
So Mahershala Ali, so in the trailer, he seems like the main villain of this, and like
He's not.
Yeah, to say the least, he's
Okay,
not.
okay.
And they don't give him much to do. It's not Mahershala Ali's fault. Like there's not much given to him to work with, really.
He's I'm like that's
Yeah. Just to explain, he's basically like
it's hard to explain without giving it away.
He is just like the character seems like it only exists to explain other characters. That's it.
Okay, so is that another issue with this movie? Because I feel like movies like this that feel rushed, like there's a lot of exposition. Does this movie suffer from a lot of exposition?
I mean, no. It's a beginning, middle, end, but they do add some exposition in there. But for me, it was like earned exposition. I felt like because in the trailer, Alita doesn't know who she is, right? She doesn't realize that she fell from the dumps from Zaldum. So as the movie progresses, like you learn stuff about Alita.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, there's like a character that like it's supposed to be like, I don't even know because they never even established like what she is, but she's supposed to be like, I don't know if she's like Christoph Waltz's girlfriend or wife or assistant.
Oh, I think she's the assistant.
In the whole film, she only has like
2 lines, but she's in every scene with him.
Yeah,
almost.
she's in like almost every single scene, and it's like, are they married or what's the deal?
No, for me, it seemed like he was just an assistant. But then they do go to Murder Ball or whatever together. Murder Ball.
They're hanging out with each other all the time. It's like, well, are they a couple? Are they a couple? What's going on?
Right.
And then she just they didn't give her any lines. Like she's just.
And it's funny though because
it doesn't make.
It's like when she comes on, like she literally has no lines except for the beginning of the film. She doesn't even like Alita like says bye to her. She just waves. Yeah. It's like and it's kind of comical. People in my theater were laughing.
All she can do is I feel bad for her because all she can do is like make facial expressions like to try to like explain like what she would have said if she had lines.
That was kind of wasted.
Okay,
too.
so this sounds like a lot of bad editing. You guys also said that the pacing felt
speaking
a
of
little bit
editing,
off.
though, there's a lot of like fade ins and fade outs that are really distracting. For me, it was. I was like, just have it cut. Why does it fade in and like fade to black? I should say it fades to black, and then it'll fade into another scene. And it's just like cut to the scenes because all those fades cost time, which makes this movie feel longer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You were talking about that. So you said pacing felt a little bit off for you because you kept looking at the clock.
Yeah. There's like three stories in this film. So it's like the beginning of Alita, the middle of Alita, and then like the ending, and it's just 3 different like
as it should be.
But within each one, there's a beginning, middle, and the second one is a beginning, middle, end, and the third one is a beginning, middle, end.
Okay, so
there's really like 9 plot lines you're following.
Here's my favorite word that I've used for a while. Is it episodic? Because it sounds episodic.
It is very episodic.
Okay.
Okay.
Take a shot, everyone. It's episodic.
So it's televisual and episodic.
I will agree. It's televisual and episodic.
Okay, thank you. Yes. All right. Is there anything else that's really bad about this movie?
This would have been also a great Netflix series or Hulu series or something like that.
Yeah,
something to like to be
but
able to.
But the special effects wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I do have other issues with it, but it's
go on.
But no, it's it would be spoiler territory. So.
Gotcha. Okay, so is that everything you guys had to say about the movie?
I think so.
All right. Any final words?
See it for the special effects. It's pretty amazing.
That's not selling me, Mike, but okay.
I mean, that's the main reason to see this still. You know?
You know, I actually and big up to the movie studios that this past weekend we had like 4 films that had female-led characters in them, and I really enjoyed, and we've enjoyed, like I enjoyed Isn't It Romantic, I enjoyed Happy Death Day to You, and I enjoyed this one as well. And I think Alita itself, her character growing, I was really invested in her character and I really cared about it, and it was nice to see her from where she came from in the beginning of the film to where she is at the end of the film. And I think her journey is also worth watching.
Yeah.
As long as, I mean, the special effects and action scenes go without saying, but it also still has like heart to it.
You're right. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, cool. No, I think that this movie definitely came in with a lot of hype, and I think that's the reason why I'm so hesitant to go watch this movie, is that people were all commenting on how like amazing this movie is, but no, I never heard anything about the story. But anyways, so I do see that Rigo commented on our videos.
Hey, Rigo.
Is there anything that he has that's important?
No.
Didn't think so.
No,
Okay.
but we do have a comment from our earlier statement before. There's Dion Taps Tolbert who wanted to talk about, don't forget Pixar sequels like Toy Story 1 through 4, Monsters Inc. and Monsters University, Incredibles 2,
right.
Finding Dory, which is correct, but we were just talking mainly about Disney property, not
properties,
Pixar.
Yeah.
But yes, those they did.
Or I guess it's better to say Disney animation properties.
Or I guess we talk mainly Disney like computer CG.
Yeah,
animation.
And even at that, like the Disney classics, right? Like you're talking about The Lion King, you're talking about Aladdin. Those, all the other sequels for those, Little Mermaid, those were all sequels direct to DVD. Some of them were better than the originals, and I think that's always fun to watch. But those were actually not theatrical releases.
Well,
okay.
like William O. Tyler, who has been a guest on our show, he did mention The Rescuers, Fantasia, Winnie the Pooh, Wreck-It Ralph, are Disney propers, that movies that were released in theaters.
Right. Yeah.
But on that note, Z?
Yes, I will give my final verdict, and I will say that this movie, fine, it's a dine-in.
Yay!
I'm
High five,
not.
Mike.
I will not be watching it in theaters. No, I will. I'll go watch it.
You should.
This feels
You
more of
should.
a spectacle movie than anything else. So I'll definitely make my way to go watch the movie.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, give the hosting duties back to you, Dan.
On that note, Rigo says Happy Death Day 2 is a dine-in.
Yes, I agree.
You missed that review,
Yes.
Rigo.
Rewind, please.
Yeah, loop. Go in a loop and listen to that review.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Z, for hosting Alita Battle Angel.
Angel.
I can't talk.
No.
And thank you, Mike,
welcome.
for agreeing with me with everything.
and trying.
I agree.
And trying your best to keep the sound on.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Or headphones on at least.
Yeah.
So I'm Dan the Man Muñoz. We say go watch The Wandering Earth. Dine in for Isn't It Romantic? Dine in for Happy Death Day to You. And also dine in for Alita Battle Angel.
Heavy week.
Yeah, so there's a lot of movies coming in, but we'll be back next week with an all-new episode of Movie Menu Reviews. Thank you so much for watching us live. Make sure to check out our website at moviemenupodcast.com. Also, subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud if you have not. If you're watching us live on Facebook, thank you so much. Or if you're listening to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud, thank you for listening. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with the all-new episode of Movie Menu Reviews. Thank you, and goodbye.
See you later.
3, 4. Let's get it.